This is skill number 2.3, and we're going to talk a little bit right now about our knuckle alignment and why it's important. All right, so for so many youth, I'll see different grips. We've got the choke grip like this, right, or the box grip, and both of those grips are simply they're not the simplest. They're simply not the simplest. And so, what is the simplest? The simplest for youth to do is this. When we line up our knocking knuckles, Gideon, go ahead and pretend like you're knocking on the door with the other hand too. Good, and you're gonna line up those knocking knuckles just like that on the bat. So go ahead and show me your stance with your hands and line up those knocking knuckles, good. And what that does is it creates for the athlete more like a whip feel. This choke grip that you're gonna feel when I give you the bat, this choke grip makes it so everything's tight. It engages your back muscles that most youth don't actually have, right? So this is that, it's too much, it's too tight. With this grip, you can almost imagine like you have a whip in your hands, and if you took your hand like this, pretend you got a whip instead of a bat in this hand, and whip out that way. Go whip that mound, good. Did you see what happened? It's right here. He puts it in this part of his hand, the inside, this part. So when you grab it, pretend like you've got a whip in your hand, put it on that spot of your hand, right? And then you can actually feel your hand kind of whipping, right? So that's the point when we get in that stance. Let's go ahead and get in your stance here. And let's put the bat once again with knuckle alignment, and let's try it now this way. So nice and relaxed hands. Good, we're gonna try that knuckle alignment, and again, it should feel kind of like a whip. A great test you can do, and we're gonna do it wrong first and we'll do it right. But one good test, if you hold the bat up, Gideon, and I try to pull it backwards, I'm gonna try to pull it back from you, okay? Don't let me pull it down. And watch what happens. So the first one, if I pull it, where do you feel it in your hand? Open this hand up. And where do you feel it? Do you feel it more in this palm, the fleshy part, or do you feel it up in here?
More here.
Good. So this part, if it's felt in the fleshy part, that means the kid is dropping the bat down here, and try to grab a whip like that. Try to have someone grab a whip in the fleshy part of their hand, you don't get much action. The bat's not gonna do much for you. However, go ahead and hold it now, and this time you're gonna push with this part of your hand. Good. And now I'm gonna test him. If he's pushing with that part, you can see the knuckles are gonna go ahead and line up, and I know it's a little habit to get used to, but give that a try. Good, and now you're pushing against that part and getting your stance, and let me try to pull the bat back. Shh, good, and now how much easier is that to resist? Good, come to contact and have that same grip, and don't let me try to pull the bat back. Go ahead at contact, so I'm gonna try to pull the bat back now. And as I pull it again, he's got that same grip, and the bat's not moving. You can just imagine what power that would transfer to the ball. All right, so the long roundabout way is get used to holding the knuckles like this, and that way you get the nice little whip action on the bat when you swing through the zone.